So why do certain prayers get answered and others don't?
That's a great question. You know, it's frustrating when we are asking for something from our heart's desired and the prayer doesn't get answered. And it reminds me of when my daughter Talia was in the hospital 16 years ago. She was born with a 1 in a million metabolic disorder. And while she was in the hospital, before we knew what was happening with her, I truly believed that if I prayed hard enough for her, and I had all of my family and all of our friends praying for her, I knew that if I prayed hard enough and sent enough of my positive energy to her, I knew that I could make her better. And that journey was such a roller coaster ride for me, because one day she'd be doing okay, and the next day they'd have to put her back on the respirator. And my life changed when my prayers changed from, God, you have to make her better, to just give me the strength to deal with whatever I need to deal with here. And I will tell you that my life changed that day when I changed my prayer. Because sometimes we're praying for something that we know that we want, and sometimes life, God, our soul, has a different plan for us. I wouldn't be doing the kind of work that I'm doing today had Talia not been born and then died 31 days later. It was what I wrote my first book, Congratulations, It's an Angel, about. It's the reason why I do the healing work that I do today. And it's a big portion, it's a big reason why I'm, in this whole dialogue process with God. So I look back at that whole experience and realize, wow, even though I was praying for one thing, my life experiences brought it was a whole different path that life brought me to. And I look back now and say, that's exactly what was meant to be. So sometimes as we're praying for something to happen, what we're not realizing is there can sometimes be a different reason why we need to experience something different. So I will quite often help people realize that the best practice is to surrender. It's okay to ask for what it is that you want, but surrender and trust that life has your back and that God has your back always.